It's a lazy afternoon, the summer's ending all too soon. I'll spend some time with you.
Hi, I'm Jem.
And I'm Jazz. This year we've decided to film our horticultural journey and we'd love you to join us.
I've never grown anything from seed before, and I plan to grow some cut flowers and veg on my brand new allotment.
And I'm planning to grow some veg and a few flowers, but I'll be growing in my small garden. And I'm going to try and turn this into something we can grow some vegetables in.
It's a beautiful, sunny February day, so let's go down to the allotment. I'll show you what I've got and hope to make a start on my path. Okay, here I am at my allotment. I'll start with the sign, 98D. My dad made that sign. And I thought, priorities, make it look nice. Put a few primroses around it. But they look like they're dying. Which, is that an omen? Is that an omen? It's a bit worrying. Anyway, so there's my sign. Here is my row 1. It's got rhubarb at the end. Yes! And I'm going to plant... Oh, I'm thinking of planting globe artichokes, violet ones, and sunflowers. I think it'll look awesome. Here's my raspberries. They were... Well, I had to cut them down to where you see them now, and I've used strulch to mulch them. Jazzy will tell you more about strulch because she's the one that recommended it to me. I did run out halfway up though, so I need to put some more on, which is due today, so hopefully I can finish that off soon. And also I don't think I've strulched it deep enough. But I also put some bloodfish and bone down and then watered it before I strulched it. This one's where my legumes are going to go. Got to be careful not to sound too Norfolk. Legumes. Because I believe potatoes were there last time. And I think if you look at the crop rotation diagram that I should be doing legumes. So I'm going to put some sweet pea in there and some mange tout and some runner beans. This is an asparagus patch, believe it or not. I did weed this by hand because that's what you're meant to do. I started weeding it down here. I don't know. Is this couch grass? I don't know. But I've noticed my neighbour has left hers. I'm going to put manure on to mulch that because you'll see in a minute I've got another bed that I've strulched. So I'm going to compare and contrast manure with strulch. There's my shed. The man who had it before me left all his tools here. Well, those are mine, and that's mine. But all the rest is his. And an old towel and a coat. And cobwebs, don't look at them. Oh, I just looked at them. Anyway, yeah, we don't look at them, we pretend they don't exist. So I'm going to have flowers at the other end next to my asparagus. And potatoes up there, hopefully. Oh, where those posts are, that's where I've already done some onion, garlic, red onion. As you can see, I put some lavender down and some rosemary. I dug it up a bit yesterday, I'm going to do a bit more today. I did some euphorbia over there, can you see that? I love euphorbia for flower arrangements when it goes orange. Not necessarily, I wouldn't use it as it is now, but yeah, when it's either lush and green or sort of dry and orange, I love it. Here's my other asparagus patch, which I've strulched. Now this is the bit that I'm worried about. The dreaded greenhouse. I've got to get rid of this. Yeah. Hammer, rubble bags. Anyway, then I'll put some compost bins here. And a bit of that shed is mine. That little window, that's mine. Wow, well, I did it. I dug a bloody path. And a kind of a cross. I wouldn't say they were all equal. Excuse me. It probably only took about an hour, maybe. I'm pretty chuffed with myself because I never thought I'd have done that in a million years before today. So thank you, Rick Van Man, for the inspiration and the confidence to do it. I think what I'm going to do is put weed control mat on there, pin it down at the sides or something, and then rake the soil over to make them a bit flatter again. Obviously I couldn't go over where I'd done the garlic and stuff. And then maybe put some wood bark chip, if that's the right word, down. Create a nice little path. I don't know if I'm going to regret having done it because I don't know if I've given myself less growing space. But I'm pretty chuffed actually. Let's see what it looks like from afar. Try and get my sign in. Here we go. This is my plot now as of February the 11th. Here we go. 2016. Yeah, and I've had it since January the 1st. And I think I can start to plan what to grow where and how to do the soil. I think I might call it a day now.
Thanks, Jem. Great start on the allotment. Now come and see my garden. I've got a lot of stuff to sort out from last year. All this needs attending to. There's the cold frame. Salad from last year. All the old veg needs pulling out. That was our chard and perpetual spinach. That was good this year. Celery and leeks. One of the leeks has gone to seed. This is what's left of our tomato bed. You see in that pot, lots of water. It's been raining. And that's our disastrous brassica bed over there. So here's our brassica bed from last year, and as you can see, those ones there have barely grown since the size they were when we first put them in. Look at that, that's supposed to be a sprout. Right there, sprout plant. These never really came too much because they just got eaten by all the caterpillars. On a plus side, these cauliflowers look like they might have some kind of little white heads in them. But it might be too late for them now, we'll see. Might be enough for a quarter of a meal. Okay, so this is the strolch that Gemma was talking about. This is the bag it comes in. It's mineralised straw mulch, and it's got slug and snail deterrent, which is always a good thing. We used this last year, and it was really good. We didn't get hardly any weeds at all, but I think you have to make sure that you fill up your beds with the right amount, it says. But as long as you do that, we didn't get any weeds at all, just like a couple of tiny ones, but that's it. It says it lasts up to 2 years because it slowly breaks down, and then once it sort of starts to break down, it releases all the minerals into the soil. I think that helps for your next year's growth. Scotch. We're hoping that this section we can fill with some kind of flowers or something to make the bees come our way. but there is a lot of clearing up to do. How did it get like this? This is what happens when you leave your garden over winter. So last year was the first time we actually properly decided to grow some veg. I mean, we didn't grow many really, but we're hoping to grow a few more this year. But before last year, all we'd really grown is runner beans and tomatoes in our old house, but in this new house, pretty much what you see here is what we covered with some sort of vegetables. But this year we're going to go for it a bit more. So this is where we had the peas and beans growing, although no peas actually grew. We had about 3 individual peas, not plants. So we don't know what we're going to do with this bed because caterpillars might manage to get through all that netting, because there's a big tree in the middle here that it's hard to kind of get the netting so it's not in the way. And everywhere that wasn't netted, the cats got in, and so we had a satisfactory carrot harvest, but we couldn't eat any because of the cat's mess. Here's one of the culprits. And here's the other culprit. Uh-oh. So we did plant some garlic. I'm not sure if that's how it's meant to look. I've never grown garlic before in my life. I've never grown many things. And these, I think they're supposed to be spring onions. There's our water butt we got last year, but it's still not hooked up. So we'll have to get onto that this year as well. Another job. So we might go for a change this year. And instead of having the beds going up that way, we might have 4 going across that way. 4 longer ones. See if we can get more growing space in. And see if we can get some order to this chaos. If anyone can advise us on what to do with these rhubarb next, we got them this winter and we've planted them in pots, but now we don't know when we're supposed to plant them out into the garden or where to put them. And is it too late now? Patty inspecting the potatoes. So here are our potatoes, Chitting. So in this box we've got some Sarpomira, and in this one Sarpomira, and those ones at the back are Orla. So they're waiting to sprout. So all chitting is, you get your potato. Every potato has like an end with these sorts of bits. It's hard to do this with one hand. And the other side doesn't have as many pokey out bits, and it's those pokey out bits that you just need to stand them up and let them face the sunlight for a few weeks or however long until you plant them out. You can see these Orla ones starting to get little sprout on them already. That's Orla. There have been some studies done by which that do kind of show that chitting is better. But I mean, if you've got a choice of doing it or not doing it, you may as well do it. And if you can't do it or don't do it, I wouldn't worry too much about it, they'll still grow. What do you two make of all this growing lark? Not a lot.
Jazz, looks like you've got a lot of work to do there. You've not even started sowing your seeds yet.
Well, I better get on with it then. So please like, subscribe and feel free to comment. Any help or tips very welcome.
Thanks for watching, have a great day, see you next time.
And I'm Jazzy. Hi, I'm Jazzy.
I plan to grow some. Am I boring you? Shit.
And this year we're going to try and Hi Jazzy, I'm ready for gardening, and this year
Grown and plonked them in the ground. I'm going to try and grow some things from seed this year. Do you mind?
into something a little bit So let's have a look in our garden.